The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex.
Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
I want to thank you for bringing this Nadex platform to our attention.
Oh, cool.
It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen.
Yeah, it is certainly a platform that not only is neat, but what's so sweet about it, folks, if you haven't tried it out yet, is that when you put your trade on, that is your stop. So what happens is this. Everyone's excuses all the time is that I moved my stop, I didn't put my stop. Well, that is your stop.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's perfect. You can set your trades and go do something else.
Now, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. I'm Steve Rhodes, your co-host, here with Daryl Martin today. Tom is actually doing a live trading session for all those folks that got in on the last Tiger Dollar promotion that we did. If we take a look at the markets here, you got the Dow up 55 points, S&P's up 6, Composite up 12, small caps up 4.5, New York Stock Exchange, the lead dog in the clubhouse, up a little over 0.5%, up 46 points right now. You got the dollar back about 20 ticks, not a big deal. Gold down $8 and change. Silver trading off 19 cents. Light sweet crude is the one that's getting a little kibosh, down $1.58 out there. Around the world, you've got the DAX in Germany up 86 points. The FTSE up 48. Daryl Martin, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, man, I am doing great. How are you doing?
Excellent. So I heard you had just simply a fantastic workshop last Saturday down at the Grand Hyatt. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it went really well. We had a great show rate. Room was filled up, and people came in. They had great questions, and Tommy came in. He talked about just the trade setups and how to read volume on the market to help time your trades.
Yes.
And identifying the trend. I went into the diagnostic trading formula and went into more detail about the box spreads and how they work, and I talked about deviation levels and how they work and how I use them. And then we put it all together, and I went through a bunch of different tests, and basically, what would you do if, looking at the chart, okay, this is a short, how do you set it up? What spread do you choose? How do you put it together? And we got a lot of great feedback, and I think people want more, so we're hoping to do another one.
That'll be great. That will absolutely be great. If we do take a look at the S&P here right now, folks, the S&P was trading inside this symmetrical triangle, just a shorter-term one, really coming off of the lows from September the 5th out there, and then off of the highs. I was really just looking at the descending tops out here, the first high being the September 14th level. That was at 1474.51. That is where the S&P wants to trade into. You get a close above that level today, volume or not, says the S&P wants higher price out there. If you take a look at descending tops, and again, like I say, it was short term because your next touch point was September the 21st out there. You can see that the apex was broken to the upside yesterday, was giving us a clue that even though the last 8 out of 12, I can now say, the last 8 out of 12 numbers, jobs numbers Fridays, they happen the first Friday of every month, folks, and it had been 8 out of 11, where no matter if the numbers were good or not, the market went down. That is not what we are seeing out here today. You did have the jobless rate come out, said it somehow miraculously dropped down to 7.8%, and the non-farm payrolls, that's with non-farm payrolls jumping up 114, not really jumping because they expected more than that, but all we want to do is trade the markets and see what the bulls and bears are doing out there. You can, all you do is you trade your beliefs. So if you have fundamental beliefs that the market should react one way, yet it's really doing something else, when it comes to trading and investing, you got to pay attention to the charts. Are you making higher lows and higher highs? Well, if you take a look at this stock chart out here, the absolute answer has to be yes. Just take a look at it coming off of the June 4th. Now, what is interesting is yesterday, October 4th, if I do pull this chart back here, October 4th is where we really saw the last significant low out there in the in the U.S. markets, I should say, out there, certainly well off of those lows. Now, if you do come off of October 4th, then let's just do that. Let's just draw an A to B equals CD up out here as soon as I can find my tool to do that. And so if we take a look at the A to B equals CD up off of October 4th, that's going to get you to a price point somewhere right around, let's just see this because it's probably some unbelievable number, 16.14. That's what the A to B equals CD says. But let's not go there. Let's look for a trade with our man, Daryl Martin. Daryl, is there anything that you're taking a look at that looks like it's a good setup here for the Nadex platform?
Yeah, right now we're at such a critical point. I think that I'd be surprised if the market settled where it's at right now.
Okay.
I would probably agree with that one. I was long this morning. I got a long signal, down here you can see, got several.
Okay.
I haven't been long, so all morning and just, riding this move up. But, it's starting to show some weakness, and it's sort of odd. I thought it would keep going even further than it has so far. So I'm sort of shocked that on the open it gave some of that back up. I know they go back to fill the orders.
Yeah.
But I was like, there's no way they're going back for a gap fill, and they haven't proven that they're doing that at this point. But, really we got, I think we're going to have to straddle the market unless you see a directional setup somewhere that you think would be really good.
Well, the one that I'm looking at, and again, folks, what I'm doing is going down to kind of ultra short-term charts, just simply, live on the show, trying to find something that could work and could crack out here. And what I'm actually looking at as one possible setup is really light sweet crude. That's what is moving today. Now, I haven't traded the crude contract on the Nadex platform. I don't know if that's a good thing to be doing on a Friday at 10:12. But that really is what I'm seeing as where our back is up against the wall out here, and where I am seeing price move lower, but I am not seeing the relative strength do the same out there. Now, the thing is, and again, I'm on a 5-minute chart here, folks, and so if you take a look at the 5-minute chart, one of the things that I'm looking at is I'm taking a look at expansions between swing points. And so what you can see here is you've got really nice Fibonacci expansions. If you take a look at the expansion between 6:45 in the morning, which was you had light sweet crude trade down to $90.66. The next low that it made out there was at 9:45, down at the level of 90.17. That was a 1.618 expansion between swing points out there. Now, what we've seen here on light sweet crude, and I was looking for this little hammer to form itself. It unfortunately wasn't a hammer as we came into the 10:10 time frame just a few minutes ago. But what we did do is another 1.272 expansion out here. Daryl, if we get it closed just on the 5-minute chart above, let's see here, and it should be hard to do, above 90.23, and you're at 90.19 right now, then this is a trade that I would take a look at going long. Now, this is ultra short term out there. So as far as price targets, where this thing could bounce to on this chart, and it's so ultra short term, we'll at least set it up here. It would bounce up to about the $91, maybe 91 and a quarter, and it's at 90.20 right now. So I don't know if that helps you, but that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at here, where I'm seeing a divergence between what price is doing and some other, and just simply some other indicators that I'm putting together. So is there a trade out there that would, or is that really too tight of a?
So you're looking at getting at 90, what do you say, 20
I'd probably get in right here. I just take, for our purposes, I take the trade right here and go long.
Okay, and then your final target?
91 and a quarter would be nice.
Oh, yeah, there's plenty of room there for that.
Okay, the real target is just simply nothing more than a 0.618 retracement, which is $91. That's really the trade that I would be.
So what we're going to want right now is we're going to want one that's as close as possible to the floor if you're looking at doing that trade.
Yeah, so, you're going to, folks, we're going to switch over to Daryl's charts here and screen so that he can walk you through the trade. Again, haven't gotten the confirmation here, but it's close enough to take that trade. And especially because you're looking, we're close to the floor. So we probably have a pretty good reward to risk opportunity.
Okay. Well, checking that out. Yeah, my chart's showing short, but you know how to talk to the markets a little better. So let's see. Looking at a long right here at 90.18. We got let's see, a target at 91.25 or so.
Yeah. Now, are you on the bull spreads? Are you in the binaries? Where are you at? I'm going to actually just try to follow along.
First thing I'm checking is I'm in the bull spreads.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to pull those up and just see is there a good floor.
Yeah.
And I don't really see a great. I see like 91, but that's just way too close. That's not going to help us out.
Yes.
I seen 89.50, But even with that, I mean, we're looking at a $79 risk on one contract.
Yeah. So
And that doesn't sound huge, except for the fact that you need 10 of them to equal one oil future.
Yeah.
So, not really liking that one. And it's a lot of it's just you got to find the right trading opportunity. And
No, you do. So
now there is a 90-50, so that would be a potential possibility. That actually could give us some decent room. There's like a $6 risk on that. So if we are expecting a 91.25. Then that's like a 75-cent profit, a $75 profit on a $5-6 risk.
Okay.
So that could definitely be a potential trade.
What does it have to get up to?
90? That's going to really 90.55, but there's such a short time frame on the expiration. That's one of the things I'm always teaching people is watch that expiration time, because even if you find that perfect trade that expires in 15 minutes, it's not going to do you a whole lot of good.
Right.
So with that, let's go ahead and let's switch over to the binaries, because if I'm not, I go to spreads first.
Okay.
If I can't find what I want in the spreads, then I'm going to go to the binaries. So over on the binaries, we're going to go to commodities, binaries, and then crude oil. And I usually like the daily because I'm going to get more strike selections.
Okay.
And also I'm going to get longer time till it expires. I get till the end of the day there, so 2:30, which is the close of the the oil pits.
Yes.
And that's a lot of people go like, where do those close times come from? They're coming from when the gold futures pit closes, when the oil pit closes, when the ag pit closes.
Yes.
That's where those hours are coming from on Nadex. So it's not just arbitrary.
Right. Exactly.
There is a 91 right now. You can get in on.
Okay.
And you can get in on that one for $21 or $22 now. It's already going up.
Yep.
$22. And that would actually give you a decent risk reward on that trade.
Fire away.
So,
I'll see if I can get over to it as well.
Yeah, so hop on there and buy, I could,
now
you're
on you said you're back on the binaries, right? So
yeah, I'm on the binaries, dailies, the $91 strike. It's priced right around $22.50 right now.
Okay.
And $23.50. I mean, it's going up. So
yeah,
$24.
Go ahead and show the folks. Go ahead and so that Al picks up your screen. Go ahead and show. Make sure that you're showing the folks how to go ahead and take that trade out there.
So let's see. I don't know if he's pushing that over yet or not.
Yeah. He's got your screen. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Great. All right. So and if your trade's showing, great. And then so right here, I didn't get filled on it because it was moving up.
Yes.
So now let's say you have a working order and you're like, I want to get in this trade before it just takes off, and you don't mind taking on. Oh, there it goes. It already got filled. There we go. Boom.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So I got filled right there at $23.50, and I got 10 contracts on. The way that I place that trade, just as a review, is and I'll sort of start from the beginning over here just to help everybody that's sort of new to this.
That'd be great.
Is by the way, always hit refresh on this, because every hour new spreads and binaries come available, and you won't see them if you don't hit the refresh button.
Okay.
So once you've hit the refresh button, then you're going to go up to commodities and binaries. There's bull spreads and binaries. So in this case, we're going to choose the binaries. And then we're going to click on crude oil, the plus sign right there. And then here's the big key. People make this mistake all the time. They click the plus sign, and they're like, how do I get it up there? They got to click the word daily. They actually have to click on daily.
Got it, okay.
And when they click on daily, then scroll over, we find that $91 strike. So you'll see crude oil November futures contract. So it's following the CL crude oil contract, okay? And $91 strike, and just click on the buy side or the ask side there. Enter your quantity, and then hit place order.
Stay tuned, folks. We're going to come back. We'll finish up the trade here. Right now, we've got the Dow up 71. This is the Nadex Bull Bear binary option with our man Daryl Martin, and I'm Steve Rhodes. We'll be right back, folks.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
80% of traders fail because they don't know when to get in or out of a market, and all because no one taught them how to read the signs. You see, the stock market has a universal language called Japanese candlesticks, and each day, the buyers and sellers, the bulls and bears, go to work and build signs. This language has been around for thousands of years, and it's easy to learn. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show, and I'm a master sign builder. Download my free report, Candlesticks, The Speed of Trust, on the homepage of TFNN.com for one of the best-kept candlestick secrets. I'll also be conducting an online course Friday, October 19th, to teach you the language of the market's sign builders. You'll learn the best entry and exit techniques and strategies that will create extraordinary rewards. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you like, because trading or investing without learning this language is like running a red light. It's an accident waiting to happen, and there's no airbags or seatbelts. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Daryl Martin, I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, with you as well. We are trading live here, and if you haven't had a chance, folks, go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on the Nadex banner, go ahead and set up your free account. You've got $25,000 to trade with. You can, in fact, if you haven't had an opportunity to check out Daryl's shows, Daryl does a program from 1 to 2. He absolutely will teach you how to use this platform and how to trade. And Daryl, your shows are archived on what channel?
I want to say Channel 7 last time I checked.
Channel 7, that sounds good. Now, one of the trades, folks, so from an intraday, short-term basis here, what I was doing is just simply mining for some trades out there. And so on a very short-term intraday basis, what I'm looking for is where the rubber band has been stretched. To extremes, either to the highs or to the lows out there. And then using a couple different indicators out here. Several of those are just simply understanding Fibonacci, retracement, and expansion numbers. What we took a look at here as we decided to take a long position in light sweet crude, and I'm talking just slightly long. We went in as light sweet crude was getting down into the $90. I don't know where it executed, but just above $90 and a few pennies. Our exit strategy here is right around $91. Now at $90.62, if it bounces up to that level, that'll be a 0.382 retracement. That is actually, let me read. Well, that's about a 0.382 retracement. I would expect that we would at least at a minimum see that take place. I'm shooting for about the $91 mark, and what we did was our risk on this trade was $26. Is that what it was?
Actually, the average fill price was $23.50. So.
$23.50. So we're risking $23.50 to make 77. And even if light sweet crude just simply gets crushed from here on out, my entire risk, the whole stop, everything was put in place when we executed the trade. I don't have to worry. I can set it and forget it, as Ron Popeil used to say.
And something else you can do is there's a couple different ways to trade this right now.
Okay.
Is, as we know, binaries can get extremely volatile.
Yes.
Okay. And it may go up and it may come back down, and then your winner turns into a loser.
Sure. We don't want that. We don't want
exactly.
that. Okay.
Definitely don't want that.
Yes.
So, one, you could take off the entire position like a double. So, like, say, $47.
Okay.
Okay, or $50.
Okay.
Because if it gets to $91.25, then you'll be able to get out of it for $50.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Basically, the reason is once it's at the strike. Okay. So once oil is trading at the same price as the strike.
Yes.
Then the binary is going to have like a 50-50 chance of being in the money at expiration. Because if it's at 91 and the oil's at 91,
right,
then there's a 50-50 chance. So it'll have to be a little, because of bid-ask spread, it'll have to be a little bit above it, but we're counting on that. We're counting on that extra 25 cents.
Yes.
So one of the things I always do, I always recommend that we do, is go in and put in a take profit order at least on half the position.
Sure.
So,
Why don't you show the folks how to do that, if you would.
Okay. So right here, let's see, what you're going to want to do is go to your open positions tab.
Okay.
And you see we have our long 10 contracts, average fill 23.50. And then I'm going to click on the green button right here. So let's say if I just want to put it in for half. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I change my quantity to 5. And then once I've changed my quantity over to 5, then I'm going to update my price. And we'll say we'll update to $46.50. So that way we've at least removed all of our risk from the trade, or at least all of our initial risk from the trade.
Okay.
And so if I do that and then hit place order, now I have an order working for me. So if oil just spikes up and then falls back down in literally a second, which it can easily go up and down, 50 cents or whatever, like in no time at all.
Absolutely.
Then, I get filled. I've removed my initial risk from the trade. Now, I may go, you know what, I'd like to get the other half also, so I can click on the open position again.
Okay.
Now, notice it's always going to fill in 10, even though I have 5 down here.
Okay.
Okay. So you got to be careful about that.
Yes.
And so I want to, I already got 5 out there, so I don't want to end up being short an additional 5.
Exactly.
So since I already got 5, I need to change that number to 5. And I'll say, you know what, on these, I'd like to get out, we'll just say at 50. So, just going for a few extra bucks, whatever. If it hits that profit target that we set at 91.25, I'll definitely get them filled. Now, I may, you could tier these. You could do 60, 70, 80. You could do it however you want to.
And if you're tiering this, in your exit strategy, you're not paying any extra fees to go ahead and set up your trade this way.
Exactly. So there's no commissions, there's no change order fees, things like that going on. No order transmission fees. So the only fees that you have on Nadex literally are your exchange fees, which you have if you trade on any exchange product. So, and they actually cap out at $9. So, on these trades right here, like let's say if we did 100 contracts, we still only pay $9 in exchange fees.
That, folks, is what we call a beautiful thing. 877-927-6648. Give us a call if you've got some questions. This is Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes, the Nadex Bull Binary Option Hour. We've got the Dow up 83 points, S&P up 9. Apple, though, down $3. Doesn't want to join in this party. We'll be right back, folks.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. TFNN and Great Panther Silver have teamed up for another exciting silver giveaway. The Great Panther Silver Halloween giveaway will be taking place at the end of October, and for 3 full days, we'll be giving away silver coins and bars every hour from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. to one lucky winner randomly chosen. There's no purchase necessary. For more information and to fill out your registration form today, simply visit the front page of TFNN.com where you'll find all the details. October 29th, 30th, and 31st, we'll choose one lucky winner that will receive a silver coin or bar courtesy of Great Panther Silver. Winners will be announced live on the air each hour for 3 full days. Don't miss out on this great opportunity to win free silver from TFNN and Great Panther Silver. Register today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com, and for more information on Great Panther Silver, you can click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex, symbol GPL, or on the Toronto Stock Exchange, symbol GPR. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with Daryl Martin and Steve Rhodes here. And folks, do go over to the homepage of TFNN.com. Click on the Nadex button. Takes you about, I don't know, a good 20 seconds or so to fill out the information so that you can try your platform out there. Now, as far as any other trades out there, one that I would consider taking a look at here, Daryl, is the euro. So the euro-US dollar trading right now at 130.678. Now, normally I wouldn't get in on a trade like this here, but if we're gonna play a momentum trade, this to me looks like what the euro wants to do is move up to the 130.852 level, and you're at 130.672. We're almost at an area where I would straddle. But I haven't seen any bearish candles. Why don't you see if you can find a trade set up like that while we go to Ken in Fort Madison, Iowa. Ken, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
Morning, you two.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, that's great. You looking forward to the weekend?
Oh, you bet.
Any special plans?
No, not really, no.
Just nice and relaxing. And how's the weather out there?
It's cooled down a little bit, and we're getting just a little bit of rain, but it's we need more.
Oh, okay. All right. You wanted to take a look at Chimera. What is it? Chimera?
Yeah, it's a realty.
Okay, great. And this has a 52-week high of 316, 52-week low of $1.81. I see. Okay, so it is a real estate investment trust. Tell me what it is that you're doing and how I can help you, Ken.
Well, I own a little bit of it. It looks to me like it's been having higher lows and higher highs here in the last month or so.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering what it looks like to you.
Okay. So I've got the weekly chart on the screen first. I like the weekly chart. I like what it did here on the weekly chart, folks. And what I'm taking a look at is I'm taking a look at a low that was put in the week of November 21st, 2008, down at the $1.53 level. Now, what this did here back in July 2012, it made a 0.786 retracement down to that level. The following week on August 3rd, just a sideways move. But what I love about this stock equity is I like the bullish engulfing candle the following week. That was the week of August 10th, 2012. You've had some nice follow through. You've had nothing but just simply it's been on this stair step up week, and it's coming right back into the swing point area of June 22nd out here. The high there is 292. You have not gotten all the way up there. Last week it attempted it, got up to a high of 285. So that's on the weekly chart. And, gave back a little bit of its gains last week, but this week it's trading up at its session highs. Let's switch over to the daily chart here for Ken. And as we take a look at the daily chart here, oops, I don't want to do that necessarily. You had also a nice little gap up on August the 7th, so that looks good. What you want to see this thing do here, so your only bearish real candle that you're looking at happens to be the one from September 14th. And that's going to be that high of 284, and it's got 44 million shares. So you can see that the first time that it tried to get in there, let me see this. First time it tried to get in there was last week on the 26th. I believe, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago on the 26th. And it got up there, Ken, if you're taking a look at it, it did 20.8 million shares, got up to a price of 285, closed back below it. But the pullback here has been very, very meek. It's so I like this. Looks good as far as where this could trade to. Hasn't pulled back. Well, pretty much hasn't pulled back to make an A to B equals C to E. Maybe if we take a look at this, we'd have to look at the B point and the C point being the same day, September 14th. That was the high of 284, and the low that came in that day when it spiked was down at 252. So if this equity takes out September 14th with more than 44 million shares, where this will run to, and you'll like this, is 331 to 352. But that's the work that it's got to be able to do on this equity right now. Hasn't done that yet. The next place where you're going to run into some agitation, though, where you're going to have to put on your seatbelt, is this high volume bar from March 1st. So there's 104 million shares. And so what you want to see this do, the low on that is 287. So we can see as the equity's getting up there, that's where it's running into some resistance. So, just put a stop. Make sure you've got a stop in place here. But if this thing can get above the swing point that we were looking at, then it looks pretty good.
Good.
All righty.
Can I ask another question?
You can ask anything you'd like.
What's going on with TBT?
TBT. Well, you've got are you speaking specifically about today?
Well, did it have a reverse split?
Oh, it did. As a matter of okay, it absolutely. Let me go ahead and pull it up on a screen. It did do there were a number of direction share ETFs that did reverse splits. I don't have the full list of them, but TBT was one of them. So usually on most stock charts, you can it'll automatically go ahead and convert it for the reverse split. I tried to do it on my system here real quickly, but it did not. There we go. Now it did. So it's trading at 64.81 right now. Yeah. So you should be able to adjust that on your screen so that the historical data that you're going to gauge it against, that it will all line up. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot.
You bet. Have a great weekend, Ken. Always good to hear from you.
Bye-bye.
You bet. Let's go back to Daryl. So Daryl, on the euro trade. Now let me switch back over to the euro. See what we've done candle-wise. Okay, so tell us about the trades that you've found. Take it away, Dano.
Okay, so again, go over real quick one more time what your profit targets are on euro.
The profit target is because on the 30-minute chart, it got up and over the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. That sets up going to the next level, which would be at right about the 138.50 range, because you're also at a 0.786 retracement level. So it's just the next floor that would be up there. I like that I saw that while I was on the phone with Ken, it was trying to pull back a little bit. It is extended here. And this is one of these trades where I'd look at really both sides of the trade. So as I would be investigating this with the Nadex platform, folks, I would be looking really at both sides of the trade here. Ordinarily, I wouldn't normally take a trade here. Just looking for some other trades so we can take a look at the Nadex platform. But so if this thing continues to move higher, which I suspect that it may, because we haven't seen any bears yet show up on the euro currency market, then getting in right here, right now, trying to play the momentum would be one of the things I would be looking at.
Okay. Well, on the momentum side of things, you have two different trades you can do. Okay. We have the 130.80. All right. And that's a $26 risk on the binaries, the euro-dollar. So Forex binaries, euro-dollar daily.
Okay.
And you could go in and you could put a trade on for about $25 risk, $75 potential reward.
Okay.
If it hits 30.80, sell out at 50, you doubled your money. Okay. Now, the other one that you have, and this is sort of an interesting way to play the binaries, is you have the strike right above it, 3,100. It's only $6.50. Okay. Now, it's actually easier to double your money on this binary if there is a bit of a pop right now, okay? So you could go in here, and let's say we go ahead and risk that same amount of money. So we'll do 3 contracts for $7. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and place order on that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to the exact same order I just put on. So I'm still risking basically that $21 there or whatever.
Yes.
And I can go in and I can say sell them out at 14.
Okay.
And what I want you to notice is it's going to have to move that full 3 points to basically go from 25 to 50. Okay, so you're basically sort of reading the price ladder there. Well, this right here, notice it actually triples in value in that same movement. This binary does.
Okay.
So with less movement, I could actually end up doubling my money.
Got it.
So now on the short side.
So let's take the short side. So on the short side would be entering here, and my exit would be right at about 130.245.
Okay, so 132, there we go.
That would just be a normal 0.618 retracement, which would be, ideal for it to do at 10:45, move back here for a while, coming into lunch before the market has, a final pop.
All right, so I'm going to do a few contracts on the other side as well.
Okay.
I'm probably actually going to go for a little bit more on this side. But, let's just say 4 contracts, 5 contracts, whatever.
Yes.
So $35 risk, 130.20. Hit a place order on that.
So $35 risk and $465 profit. I like that trade.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that trade because, folks, what we're taking a look at, if we'll just switch over to my screen just for a moment. I'm just taking a look at the last leg up. And again, I'm looking at a, ultra short-term chart, 5-minute chart here. But from the 825 time period, so right before the jobs numbers, that was a low of 1.29961. Made really a straight run up to the level here of 137, it looks like 137.04. Had a nice little bearish engulfing candle, looks like, on the 1040 session. Again, we're in a 5-minute chart here, having some follow-through right now. A normal dead cat bounce, folks, would just simply take this back to 134.20. Nothing more than just a normal breathing pattern. More likely would be a full retracement would be back to the 0.618 area. And I like the reward to risk that you found on that trade. So that's a trade that I would enter right now. As we were looking for both the long and short, I would be taking the short side right now.
Exactly. Yeah, and I actually have a short signal, too, as well on
Euro
dollar.
Perfect. Perfect.
So that works out well.
Perfect.
We also just came up and bounced right off a deviation level there that I use.
Great.
So I got a lot of things stacking up to the sell side.
Now, can you switch over and show the folks what you were looking at on the screen here? The deviation level, as opposed to just the Nadex portion?
Yeah, this is deviation levels here. We're going to be putting these up very soon.
Okay.
And let me see if I can get it to where we can see it on the chart there. Try to make it viewable. So these are deviation levels for the Nadex markets.
Yes.
All the ones that are traded in USD.
Okay.
The base market is. So, except for we actually have US yen and CAD. We have basically a few of the Forex pairs. But right here on Euro USD, basically 30.90. We got up right up to 30.70.
Yes.
So we got very, very close to that deviation level. And when I'm getting very close to deviation level, then either I'm tightening stops or I'm looking for a reversal. Obviously, this morning we're very extended on the market.
Absolutely.
And so at that point, I'm like, okay, you're seeing a reversal. I'm seeing a potential reversal. The market's starting to slow down and tire out. And so I'm looking for a short as well, just like you were.
Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got that trade. So we've got that trade going. We've got the trade on the. So in this case here, our risk was, again, it was what was our risk?
Our risk on the trade, it was like $7. So
okay, we did how many contracts?
Let's see here. We did, it's 93.50. So that's actually $6.50. So we did 5 contracts short.
5 contracts, okay. And our gain and our reward was about $350.
Yeah. So
it's a beautiful thing.
The total risk on the trade. Let's see here. I'll just put it in here. And then the nice thing is what you can do if you ever forget is go in and type in your entry price.
Yes.
And put in the contracts. It'll show it to you. 65.5. There we go. So $32.50 actually was our total risk on the trade on 5 contracts, and reward potential was actually $467.50.
Okay, I like that. I like that kind of risk reward, especially when we're getting some decent candle signals, some standard deviation signals out there, and just taking a quick look at the light sweet crude trade. Really, maybe we're up just a tad, kind of flat, just trading sideways here right now. But I also like that trade as well out there. You seen anything else that you were looking at?
Let's see here. Well, let me pull up a few of my other charts. I've been long. I've actually just closed out several of my positions on long S&P.
Okay.
So I closed them out up at 14. Where did they get knocked out at? 1464.50.
Yeah.
I have to see a break above a high before I get in. So right now I don't even see a long entry at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
I basically what I do is I just same thing like what you do where I do the pullback.
Yes.
But then I make it break a previous bar's high or low before I get in, so that way the momentum has to be basically like shooting back in my direction once it hit that point. So pretty similar setup. And let's see, with the oil, it's just basically been going, just oscillating sideways right here, right now. So,
yeah. So as
we have till 2:30, which is nice. So we're not stressing out. We're not worried about our risk is capped. We're just letting it do its thing.
We got our trades placed. I'm thinking we're headed to the golf course right now.
Hey man.
So we said it, we forget it, and we say let's take out a driver. Let's hit it right down the middle with a little draw.
And if you ever want to check a position
on it,
you got your Nadex app, and between while you're driving on the golf cart between holes.
So let's take a quick look at the markets here. Let's go around. Let's start around the world. Let's take a look at the FTSE. You've got the FTSE up 0.8%. The DAX though is saying it is really celebrating Oktoberfest. It's up 1 3/10%, up $93 right now. The FTSE here trying to. It's already inside the swing point from September 14th. That swing point high is 59.32. That's what it wants to attack out there. If we take a look at the DAX, let's go see where the DAX is at, see if that is up inside a swing point here, near its session highs. The DAX is actually, what you want to watch on the DAX is going to close at 11:30, so that's going to be during Basil's show that follows the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. But the DAX here is already traded into the September 21st swing point. We know that was a swing point with high volume, and that low, 73.91 and 6 cents. You're at 73.99 and 7 cents. You trade inside there, and what the DAX wants to do is the DAX will want to go up and tag that area. If we take a look at gold here, you've got gold trading down $8. Let's put up the gold chart here, and gold really, not giving up much at all. The gold, it looks to me like gold just simply, even though it is extended, looks to me like gold, folks, wants to move to the 1840 level, 1843. That would be the 0.786 retracement coming off of the swing point high from September the 6th. That level was 1923.70, and then my swing point low on the retracement would be the May 16th level. That was when gold got down to 1526.70. This is the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with our man Darryl White. I'm Steve Rhodes. We'll be right back, folks.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Managing your money is a business, and I want you to succeed in any economic environment. The markets are changing fast, and if you do the right thing at the wrong time, you'll have your head handed to you. But if you do the right thing at the right time, the rewards are extraordinary. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, and I have a roadmap that'll guide you and give you the flexibility of change. To succeed in these markets, you need a competitive advantage, and for one solid day, I'll teach you the language called Japanese candlestick charting. Without it, you're dead meat. With it, you have an unfair advantage. Learn the techniques that provide you the strategy for entering and exiting a trade, plus learn the best trading patterns in the business. It's not enough to do the right thing, you've got to do it at the right time. Join me October 19th for our one-day online course, Candlesticks, Silent Signals, and the Speed of Trust. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and sign up today, because an unfair advantage is a great thing to have.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour, being hosted by Daryl Martin and Steve Rhodes. I'm Steve Rhodes, and we're in a couple of trades out here. Again, folks, if you have not had the opportunity to check out the platform, go to the homepage of TFNN.com. Click on the Nadex banner. You'll have your account set up. You can trade along with us each and every Friday, of course, 5 days a week. You can trade with Daryl. Does a fantastic show for us from 1 to 2. Following today's show, we've got Basil Chapman up in Newton, Mass. Then we do, as we do each and every Friday, it's always about health as well. And that's our man Nico DeHaan from 12 to 1, and followed by Daryl White from 1 to 2. Daryl Martin, I'm sorry. I always say Daryl White.
I was laughing
Following
about
that is the David White show, and David and I had the privilege of spending some time together. We went to see Dave Mason and Joe Cocker, an absolutely fantastic concert out there. And folks, I don't know if they would be traveling to your areas, but if you go, very first time I saw Dave Mason play was 40 years ago. So it was a little bit of reminiscing last night. He still has his voice as good as ever. And I got to tell you, Joe Cocker was absolutely on the mark. It was just simply a great show out there. Again, we are short the euro here, looking for the euro to pull back. The first area would be 134.20. This is so we're already in the money on that trade. I think on our light sweet crude trade, we're probably about break even right now. But you could put actually you could put the figures up on the screen for the folks to see.
Yeah, we're down a little bit. Most of that is bid-ask spread. We're down like $95, $50 of that is bid-ask spread.
Okay.
We're up on the short Euro USD. We're down $15 on the long USD. But like I said, the risk is capped on all of them, so it's a matter of just letting the day play itself out.
Excellent.
And it wouldn't take much of a move up on the oil for us to make some pretty good cash on that trade. And then one thing also I was just noticing over here was NASDAQ also just, I can check out this volume bar here, but just literally hit the same, and of course Apple dragging it down.
Yes.
But just hit the low price right before the news announcement came out there.
Which news announcement?
So, which news announcement? What are you talking about? The unemployment came out.
Oh, that news announcement.
Yeah, or the unemployment number, yeah. And but it actually just pulled back to that same price level.
Yeah.
And did so with volume, basically a lot of dumping of shares, and so could result, I think at this point, definitely a good setup for a long on NASDAQ. So.
Well, okay. So what trade?
You're like, I don't know.
No. Look, you know what? I've got my bullhorns out. So they're.
You're all about it.
In the newsletter, we've got 9 long positions, but they're all 8 of the 9 are individual stocks. One happens to be a sector. And what I will tell you, folks, this is not the sector that I'm in, but am looking. Is the strongest sector out there right now inside the S&P 500 happens to be the financial sector. What it did so far this morning is it did a gapped up into a 0.786 retracement area. That level was 1623. If you take a look at the bottom of the swing point from September 14th, that low is 1623. That's what it has done thus far. If I just switch over to an intraday chart here for you, you can see as it moved up into that area, has not really, the last 10-minute bar, you had a little bit of volume come out of it, 3 million shares, but nothing really to write home about out there. This still looks very strong out here. This has got really good support up where it closed yesterday, which is at the 1607 level, and the XLF looks pretty strong out there. If the market's going to move higher, I believe this time it's going to be the financials. Daryl?
Yeah, I mean, the financials led the way yesterday, too.
They did.
With all the, basically the upgrading some of the banks and everything else that came out, and a lot of the other news that came out.
Absolutely. Daryl, thanks so much. Folks, make sure you tune in to Daryl's show. That is today and every day, 1 p.m. to 2. Thanks so much for joining us. It is Fantastic Friday out there. Folks, have a fabulous weekend. I'll look forward to seeing you Monday morning, 9 o'clock sharp. Have a great weekend, Daryl.
All right, you too.
All righty. Bye-bye now.
Bye.